Hello everyone, I'm Steve with HolyGrail Algo, and I'd like to welcome you to HolyGrail Algo and all of our products that are $49 for our Ninja Traders. And the first thing you want to do after you get signed up is obviously there's going to be two files you're going to want to download. And they'll be in your dashboard. And the first thing you're going to do is install the license manager. I'm assuming that you've already downloaded that, so the first thing you want to do is go to Tools and Import NinjaScript add-on, and it's going to ask you for your hard drive here. And the first thing you want to install is the HGA License Manager. And I'll make this a little bit bigger. Click Open. This will take a second, and you'll get this pop-up saying it's successfully installed. The next thing you want to do is install the other ones. You go back to Tools and Import NinjaScript add-on. And if you've got in our levels, it'll be the HGA levels at the time of this video. The version is 1.3.0.1. Click that, click Open. Okay. At this point, it's probably best that you restart your NinjaTrader. Just kill the program and restart it and then bring it up. Okay, now that you've got NinjaTrader restarted, what you'll do is just bring up your chart, and then you're going to click and go to Indicators. And inside here, you will see alphabetically HGA levels. Now, the first time you do this, you will need to put your email that you used when you signed up. It must be perfect. And you must use the same password you used when you created the account in your dashboard account. Now, you only have to do this once. Once you do this the first time and you use the same machine every time, you don't have to enter this each time. It's just the very first time, and this can actually be blank from the second time on. But the very first time, you will have to do that. Now, I do want to go through here. This is pretty important, and I'm going to load this so that we can see this. Okay, I do have some levels drawn up here, and I want to explain what these are. The swing strength is about how much levels there's going to be on your chart. A smaller amount, like a 5, and I'll hit apply, you can see that it really clutters up your chart. So that's probably a little bit too much, and they're not going to be quite as accurate. So if I go to, say, a 40 and apply, and move this out of the way, you can see that, the less levels that I have, the more accurate that it's probably going to end up being on these levels. They're going to be more stronger. Okay, I like around a 30, but it'll actually depend on what instrument you use. This is the zones. If I turn that off, hit apply, and you'll see just the levels themselves. If I want to turn them on, obviously check that. You can change the width of those. If I go to a 20, you can see that they're really heavy. If I go to, like, say, a 3, you can see that obviously they're going to be smaller. So it's just wherever you like. I like the MNQ somewhere around 8. That's where I feel the most comfortable on my size of candles and everything that I trade. Now, this is very important. This is going to be where they confirm the breakout ticks. Right now, the default is set to a 4. You're probably going to want to raise that. I actually have mine set for probably 60, which is 15 points. In other words, I want this to be 15 points off of these levels. Depending on your time frame or the type of candle you use, that may be a little bit different for your trading style. If I do 40 ticks, that's going to be 20 points, and that's probably okay. It gives me an idea where I might want to get in. So you will need to turn on your alerts, which are right here. These are off by default. You will have to turn these on if you want these. The last one here is to enable the sound alerts. Now, if you don't want the audible sound, which I personally don't, but some people like having the audible sound alerts, and you can change what file this is. You have to go into your NinjaTrader and tell it what alert you want it to be, and it can change that. The alert rearm seconds is how often it's going to rearm itself. It's set for 30 seconds by default, but you may want to increase that. If I'm trading this on a 2-minute candle, I might want to set that for 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. and that way it's not constantly going off and changing the alert status on this every 30 seconds, because it'll continue to go off. So you may want to increase that to match your candle size. But now that I've got these all checked, I would probably also leave this on bar close. You can put it on each tick, but it's going to change constantly as the ticks move. So I want to do it when the bar closes. That's how I trade, and that would probably be the best way to do that. Apply. And what you'll find is, now I'm in an after hours uh, situation right here. This is the weekend. There's no data right now, but I've got this up in playback. But you can see right now that I'll get this running really fast. But you can see this thing changing. Now, the other thing you can do is that you can change the size of this if you want to. And there should be a PDF manual in here that kind of describes a lot of this as well. And this is your font size. So if I increase this from 18 default to say 36, it'll make it twice that size. You can see they got real big right there. That's probably a little too big, but you can do that if you want to. Maybe you want to just go a little bit larger than what the default is. Click OK. You can drag this around, set this. And what you'll find also is that if you use this along with some of our other indicators, it makes a really good system. And I use it along with some of my other indicators that we have, and it really gives a good confirmation of when to get in a trade, when not to get in a trade, and it helps protect and gives a nice confirmation. So if you have any questions, you can email us info@HolyGrailAlgo.com. I want to thank you for watching. Happy trading, and we'll catch you in the next video.